what makes Konga very unique in terms of culture is, I think, our openness. We run a very open and fair, I would say very transparent ship. People are encouraged to sort of like speak their mind. We have managers have open door policies. We don't discriminate, male, female, age. We don't discriminate. But more importantly, there's a lot of energy and passion within Conga, and we try to encourage people to express themselves as much as possible. So Conga is somewhere that you come, express yourself in an environment that actually, what I would say is an enabling environment that allows you to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve in life. I think Conga is a very unique place in terms of culture. Very young, Christian work, passionate people. We ride on people's energy, allow them to flourish. So people come to Conga, they choose their own path. And not only do you enter in a certain way, how you progress in Conga is down to you. You can sort of like create your own path and find what's interesting to you. Issues, there's so many issues to be solved for the society. So if you can pick one up within Conga, we would actually back you up. We always tell people that we don't sort of like chastise people because they made a mistake. So people can make mistakes in Conga. It's just a case of don't make the same mistake twice and then show that you're competent. There's a reason why you're trying to do something. So it's an environment that we've created for people to flourish. There are different ways of attracting people, but the people that you would find that succeed well within Conga tend to do a lot of what I'll call, they have a mission. So people come not just seeing it as a job, but then you have a mission, you have something that you want to achieve. And that stems from even myself, Sim Shagaya, all our staff. People have the passion to actually solve a particular problem within Nigeria. E-commerce, if you think about it, is really difficult. People never thought it would take off in Nigeria. So for you to actually say, I'm willing to join such a company, you need to have the mindset that it's not just about a job, you're providing solutions to society. And what that simply means is that every staff need to be imbibed. You need to sort of like understand that. And the more you have that ingrained in yourself, you would succeed because you're solving problems. And over time, you attract people like that, people who have a sense of mission for their lives or for themselves. Then they can join the Conga train and hey, welcome on the ride. I joined Conga, I think it was 10 months at the time. I think my strong belief was in, before moving back to Nigeria, I do a lot of online shopping. And at the time, I went through a lot of tough times trying to buy things, or even to, not even just buy, to even know, to discover a product was difficult. And you had to know someone who knew somebody in one market. And sometimes you get to the market, it's out of stock. But at the time, my view was that, look, we can make people know more about products, availability, where they are, improve information. If you think about it, in the very, very, very olden days, even cities like London, they thrived based on information. People came from suburbs to get information in the what is now the city. So, but that city is now moved on from being a physical location to online, and for trade and commerce, that's what Konga.com represents. And I have a passion of seeing that sort of like become real in Nigeria, and that's why I joined. I'm still here today. Very, very good point. So I think there's naturally a gap between what we would like and what the system officially churns out. But what you also find very, very quickly when you work with people that work in Conga is that these guys have all had a mission in life as well. You find that most of our recruits are not just students that have learned what they were taught in class. They've gone the extra mile. They've done something else on the side. You find that students actually do a lot of self-training, self-taught, come together in groups, learn, and then they build on top of themselves, on top of their they learn as a group. I remember some of our cadets that we have in-house today, the guy studied social agriculture or something like that, but he's a very fine developer. So this is more of an interest. It's not about what I enrolled in school for, it's about what do I want to become. And people that have started chasing their dream are always welcome in Conga. So, you then have a situation where the Conga dream and individuals' dreams are coming together, and then it just makes it a fantastic environment to work where you're aligned. And we don't stop there. We also do our own internal training, but I call it more of skills transfer, where internally it's not your official, I'm going for a training. Yes, we do a few of those things, but more importantly is how do we learn from each other? There's always something to learn from someone. So we facilitate that. So we have an internal learning academy that also sort of allows people to learn from each other. When we look at people, we look at them as a human being. We don't just look at you as there isn't the work and there's the separate life. In case of, how does your life, how do you work? Like, there are days that you have to work late, sometimes you don't work late. But if you have kids, can you work from home? If things like maternity, healthcare, regular checkups, are you okay? So as an employer, we don't just sit on the work side, but we also think about work life. Work life goes beyond just this is my work, this is my personal life. But the question is, what are you achieving in life? What's your purpose? What do you want to achieve as a human being? And that gives you more fulfillment than trying to separate between work and life. And then the question is, how does Konga help you achieve that? When you have a purpose to fulfill, then there isn't a distinct sort of like work and life. As long as you're achieving what you want to achieve as a human being, then it's all kind of meshed up together. And we create that environment that just makes it, the location is not what is important, it's the purpose. How do you achieve? My message to employers is simple: listen to your people. It's you can't survive without listening to people, and take people big. People is a big part of your strategy, a big part of the implementation, a big part of everything that you have to do. Without people, you can't. Yes, we have technology that can help improve efficiencies, but then you need people, the right kind of people, and pay attention to the kind of people that you bring on board. Because you want to create a particular type of field, particular type of environment. So for employers, it's important to sort of understand people. Now, when I say understand people, people evolve. There are different generations. So people talk about millennials, Generation Z, blah, blah, blah. What's important is that you have this listening ear. You can get a lot out of people if you listen. So no matter what the generation is, you can still get a lot out of them. So there is this is how work should be. I mean, where did the rules come from? We make the rules based on what people want, but then people's wants would also be aligned to what you're trying to achieve as an organization, as a business. And that's why it's important from when you're recruiting, you're very clear on your objectives as a company. And when people come in, it's easy to sort of align what we're trying to achieve as a company, and then people sort of like follow along. In terms of people looking for jobs, my view is, look, the olden days, or the days of companies, how do I put it? Companies calling the shots will soon be over. It will be down to you as an individual. You'll be the one calling the shots because you have the right skills. Now it's for you to train up. Your career is now your own, not the olden days of I'm waiting for one company to determine what I'll do next. Decide what you want to do very quickly. Learn yourself. These days with the internet, there's so much to be learned that you can online, and it's important that people actually go online, self-train. Even when you're trained, there's always some form of new learnings, new technologies. Conversation should change from I'm looking for a job to I want to add this value to you as a company, and then you find there's a huge shift that would happen in your career or in any job that you're looking for.